opening statement, then we'll open up for questions. We'll use that mic.
All right, Cougs won. Feel good about it. That's my statement. I'm done. No, I really thought there was a lot of times, that we kind of answered the bell. Offensively, we needed something going on. Defensively, at times we needed to make a big play. I thought Ethan Sanchez, did an excellent job kicking. What was he, 4 or 5 today? 5 of 6. Did a great job, and a lot of those were long ones. And that's the reason why we got him. He's 10 of 11 at his last school, and one miss was, I think, 50-something odd yards. He made 3 or 4 50-plus as well. So, we didn't play great. There's some things we can really improve on, but, for our big, 12 opener, playing a good squad like Colorado, we're very happy with the outcome.
Willie, can you tell me a little bit about just the confidence that Connor Wegman is playing with right now?
Yeah, I thought he played his best game today. He ran the ball extremely well. I think sometimes he's underestimated with his ability to run. That was a heck of a run for the touchdown where he faked the guy out. He had one early in the game for about 20, 30 yards, maybe a little further than that. When the quarterback can run, you're playing 11-on-11 football. Handed it off, you're playing 10-on-11. And he certainly adds that run element.
They got within a couple of points before halftime, and then you guys basically play keep away in the third quarter. What was it like having the offense go out there and control the clock the way they did there in the third quarter?
How many minutes did we have?
Almost 13 minutes.
What was it?
Almost 13.
Yeah. Did a great job. We knew we were coming out with the football to begin the second half, and just a super job of converting fourth downs, converting third downs, and you play great defense when your offense is out there on the field. So really nice job extending drives.
Willie, did you see anything game planning wise that you thought those quarterback runs could be even more effective?
We didn't do a whole lot of it in the first 2 weeks. The first game of the year, Georgia Tech their quarterback ran the ball a bunch, and we did some of that, a little bit of that. But, by and large, you'd like to do that 5 or 6 times a game. So they either need to pack the box, and now you can open it up to throw it, or they don't pack the box, and now you got a really big run play with the quarterback. So we're always going to run the quarterback some.
Willie, I guess on the bad side, the offensive line, what you're going through with David getting hurt, McKenzie, Dalton. Can you kind of just take us through where you stand on that right now, and maybe the bye week coming at a good time?
Yeah, that's true. I was talking about that with a couple of coaches here coming up, but I think it is coming at a good time. We got some guys banged up. It always seems to happen at the position you don't want it to happen at. And hopefully David's going to be okay. I haven't heard a final result with anything. I know they did transport him to the hospital. Dalton, I think, will be back this next week. Jason Brooks played some this week, but he was out all week. So we need to get some guys healthy, because that's definitely an area of concern for us.
Coach, what did you see out of the defensive line with Carlos Allen and Eddie Walls?
What?
What did you see out of the defensive line?
I saw some good things with him. The one thing you got to do, that quarterback, has superior movement. You got to keep him in the pocket, and you got to do a good job with your pass rush lanes. And too often we did not do a great job with our pass rush lanes against him, and he got out of the pocket and created some big plays. So it's something we need to work on, and we probably need to roll a few more guys. There's a couple times they had some long drives and looked like the guys got a little tired, but both those two guys, they came up with some big plays when we needed them.
Willie, elaborate on Ethan's performance in the kicking game tonight, and how does that kind of tweak your offensive strategy to say for a kicker that can kick that accurately long range?
Yeah, it was a go on 4th and 1 that one time we didn't get it, and hindsight's 20/20. I think it was a go for it at 4th and 2. we didn't get it. And, it just didn't do a very good job with our execution. But yeah, it's when you get, we kind of call it the magic 29-yard line. When we get on the 29-yard line, we don't lose any yards. We're almost banking on 3 points, and that's big for you. He does a nice job.
Hey, Coach, how are you? Mark Stampley went down with a pretty scary injury.
Who's that?
Mark Stampley, he went down
Yeah.
with a pretty scary injury. But we got to see him outside celebrating with the team after. Just wondering, is there any reason for concern with him?
I hope not. I haven't had a chance to talk to, our doctors or athletic trainers or anybody. So hopefully he's going to be okay. That's a good sign that he's celebrating.
Willie, how valuable has Dean Connors been as a weapon for this offense?
Oh, big time. We tried to run that trick play, and they did a good job of staying with Connor Wigman on it, and and then Dean, improvised and ran it down there to the half-yard line. So he's got great speed. He's about 210 pounds, and he's really smart as well. As I've said before, he doesn't bust assignments.
Coach Fritz, Ethan went down with an injury. Deion Sanders came to console him. Did you happen to catch what he said, or could you make anything out?
No, Coach Sanders. I didn't get a chance to see him before the game. When I went down to look for him, he wasn't out there, and when he looked for me, I was down there with our guys. But I got a ton of respect for him, and and what he's gone through, and having just such a positive attitude and all that. I got a lot of respect for Coach.
Willie, you're now at the quarter mark of the season. I believe there's no turnovers on offense. Is there a way you can just maybe assess through 3 games how things are offensively?
Well, you don't turn the ball over, you're going to win a bunch of ball games. I think I've +1 or better in my career as a head coach. We've won 91% of our games, and we've been +1 or better. So it's pretty, telling statistics. So we've got to continue to keep doing a great job of taking great care of the ball and creating takeaways. We had a couple big picks, smart play by Rook getting down there at the end and not putting the ball in danger. But that's really a pretty sure sign you're going to win if you can be +1 or better in turnover takeaway margin.
Were you encouraged by the fast start?
Yeah, I thought it was good. We came down, got points on the first drive, and then was it the second or the third drive we got the touchdown? Yeah, I think it was third maybe. But yeah, that was good. We needed a fast start. We hadn't done a real good job of that for game 1 and game 2.
Willie, with that type of crowd, the attention around this game, and for your guys to have that kind of moment, that mean something at this point in your program?
Yeah, it's a big game for our program. But it's like I tell these guys all the time, that one counts as 1. And unfortunately, I've been doing this a long time, but when I wake up tomorrow, I'll be on to the next one. I told those guys make sure they celebrate for a couple of days and have fun and do a good job with their families tonight and all those kind of different things. But we got to move on. You sit around and you revel in past successes. You're not going to be as good as you can be. Or when you have that bad outcome, you sit around and pout about it. You're not going to be as good. So we just kind of move on. So yeah, it's a big win for our program, but we want it to be a real big win. We got to keep going.
Coach, in the offseason, you said you guys had around 8 or 9 guys in that offensive line rotation, and with all the injuries, it seemed like you needed all 8 or 9 guys. Do you have a new outlook on the depth in that O-line room?
Yeah, we're going to have to see. Cedric Melton came in. He started and played a bunch tonight. We're lucky Alvin can play a lot of positions for us. McKenzie got banged up. I think he's going to be all right. I think this week off for him is going to be big. Demetrius Hunter played the whole game at center. Matthew Wyckoff played the whole game at left guard. So we just got to get people healthy and see where we're at come Monday.
Willie, think you went 4 for 4 on QB sneaks with Connor tonight. What's it like to have a play that reliable in short yard situations in your back pocket? And what does it say about Connor, his willingness to just put his shoulder down? And
he did a really nice job finding the soft spot, with the defensive line, and we work on it a bunch. So it was probably what we should have done on another fourth and 1, But he did a really good job with quarterback sneaks tonight. I can hear you.
Willie, defensively, especially early, it looks like they were trying to get to the outside, and you guys were pretty good in pursuit. I guess how pleased are you with how quickly you guys were able to get sideline to sideline defensively?
Yeah, we did a nice job setting an edge, and especially on the stretch play, speed sweep play. They had some success early throwing the ball out there, quick screens, and we did a good job of hemming it in, really at the beginning of the second quarter. So when you can turn those into minus plays or line of scrimmage plays, they kind of get away from that part of their offense, and that's a big part of their offense.
Coach, as effective as Connor was in the running game, I believe he had 17 carries. Just running him so much, is there kind of a thought in the back of your mind to have less hits on your quarterback?
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that, but every week, the path to victory is sometimes a little bit different, and if something's working, going to do it. But he does a good job of not taking big hits. We talk all the time about C2 split two and try to manipulate a guy and get him wider and try to go in between the two. So you're taking glancing blows instead of head-on hits. And I think he does a pretty good job of that. And he got out of bounds 2 or 3 times too, where he didn't take big hits.
All good.
Pretty good. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We'll Ethan Sanchez next. Questions for Ethan Sanchez? We'll use that mic. We'll start right here in the black polo.
Ethan, scoring just about half the points on the offense today. Tell us what the emotion was, being 5 of 6 and then just missing the one field goal.
Today's game, the coaches put us in great opportunity to win, and I could give no thanks but to the team that helped me succeed today. So all thanks to everyone. Thank you to Jake, my holder. Thank you to my boy Garza, my snapper. And thank you to the rest of the line, the rest of the team. It's a great win for all of us.
Ethan, how important is that confidence that you feel like you're going to make the kicks? And have you always had that?
That's a good question. And no, I didn't. It took me finding my faith, and I can give glory and thanks to God that I have this confidence. Without him, I would have no confidence because I lean on him on the tough times, and I praise him in the good times.
Ethan, the 52-yarder you made, your first field goal. This is the first 50-yard plus field goal made in the Willie Fritz team. How does it feel, Willie, being a reliable kicker for him?
Definitely. I mean, the coaches put us in great opportunity, and I thank Coach Fritz for putting me out there for that 52. But it's not like we just put it out in game. We go through a lot of practice and a lot of reps. And so, thanks to the practice and the reps, we have that capability to put myself out there.
Ethan, how did it feel to put on for the city of Dallas, Georgia tonight on national TV?
It is funny that there's Dallas, Georgia, and Dallas, Texas. I got family in both. But overall, this city of Houston has welcomed me, and this team has welcomed me being a transfer, and this is my last year. So I'm just grateful to be with great people and great coaches and great players, and the city of Houston has welcomed me. So thank you, Houston.
Ethan, what was that path like from Old Dominion to here in terms of why Houston and sort of why the situation right now?
I loved my time at ODU. I loved it there. And this is just how life went for me. And I'm just happy to be here and put my talent out there and show everyone that I'm capable of doing this.
Did you have ties here, or was it just the fit? You know, when a team needs a kicker, you sort of felt like you were maybe the guy for that position here.
Definitely. It came up almost near the end of my transfer portal closing, and it's all part of God's plan, and I give all thanks to God.
Ethan, can you tell us a little bit about your celebration at the last one, the Sioux celebration? It seems like you're a Ronaldo fan. Is that correct?
Correct. I love Manchester United. That is my team. And I love Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's my idol. Oh, he always been. I always wore the same soccer cleats as him, always got the same jersey as him. And for you guys who love soccer, you probably can relate. But, yeah, I've always wanted to put that one out there. And, you know, just emotions got the best of me, and I just, see!
Finally, you know, I see you're wearing the shirt, the Hispanic Heritage shirt. What did it feel like with your performance today, representing the Latino culture out on the field?
Definitely, and that's what I mean about the city of Houston welcoming me as a Latino. And the city's very diverse. You know, I love it, and I'm just excited that we got to put a mariachi band at half, and it was great, and they did awesome. And no, it's really good for the minorities, and being Hispanic and being Mexican. You know, we fight for our chances, and you know, I'm glad that we capitalize on the chances we do get. So, just advice for all minorities is it's everything's possible. You know, lean on the Lord, and everything's possible.
I have a follow-up to your soccer commentary. Can you talk about what position you played and how your skills transferred now that you're a kicker for the football team? I see a lot of kickers that do well after playing soccer.
The transition does follow easy, but not everyone can do it. The swing of soccer is much different than the swing of kicking. And if you have that muscle memory of soccer, it's hard to transition to the new one. And that's where a lot of people struggle. But if it does work and it fits, and, you know, it will be a really good route for you. I played center back, and not many people think the center back would transition to soccer, but I had a lot of time and a lot of traveling to different places. And as a young kid, it's a lot of strain on me and my parents. And I decided to take a little pressure off my parents. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here tonight, and I wish they were. But unfortunately, my dad is going through chemo, and you know, it's tough. But I know he's doing good, and I know my parents are supporting me behind the TV. And I'll get a call with them later, and they'll tell me how great I did, and that means the world to me. But the transition of soccer to football is not the easiest, but it can be done.
What was that celebration in the locker room like, and what's it mean to have that, you know, kind of moment with your teammates there?
No, it's the best. I love this team, and I love how we celebrate. I've been a part of different teams, high school, college, and here now. And here in Houston, we have the best culture, and it starts from the top. Willie Fritz has set the tone of what he wants, and we do a great job of developing that.
Couple more? All good? Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ethan.
Thank you, guys.
Hello, how are y'all? Good.
Open up the questions with the microphone. Connor Wigman, back here in the back, Sam Cohen. Connor, how did it feel to cut it loose tonight? And I guess how good do you feel about how you're playing right now?
I mean, it feels good. I mean, just the trust I have in my teammates and my coaches. I mean, I love to come here and come to work every day and put it on the line for my brothers, and I felt like we all did that for each other. And when you do that as a team, good things happen.
Gunnar, you talked about getting off to fast starts. What was it like to get those early scores in the first quarter?
I mean, it was good. I mean, we were clicking on all cylinders, coach, O-line, running backs, receivers. I mean, that's how it needs to be every week.
Connor, do you guys see something in their defense that you thought those QB runs, you know, could be really effective? And What'd you sort of see there?
I mean, maybe the coaches. I was just running what they called, and I was playing my tail off. And I go out there and do that every time. I tell my O-line, my receivers before every game, I'm going to put it all on the line for them and give them everything I got. And so, in return, I feel like they do that for me, and that's what good teams do: go out there and play hard for each other.
Connor, last week against Rice, you threw a big one to Stephon Johnson for a touchdown. This week, you threw a big one for him for a touchdown. They were both in the fourth quarter. Is that just kind of the trend moving forward?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, we'd like to do that a lot. We'd like to throw it and get big yards on every play. But, I mean, like I said, we're going to stick and trust to our game plan, and whatever coach calls, we're going to go out there and try and execute.
Go over there on the spring side. Am I good to go? Or? Yeah. Okay.
Connor, how does it feel just to be undefeated, starting off good? Obviously, coming from your situation last year, I mean, it's got to be put in perspective and stuff.
Oh, I mean, it feels great. I mean, like we just said in the locker room, it's one game at a time. We're still early in the season. Let's get our bodies right over this bye week, and let's come back ready to go. And we got a good game and going out to Oregon and Oregon State and Corvallis, and it's going to be a fun game.
Connor, you ran 4 QB sneaks tonight, hit all of them. What's your mentality in going into that play?
I mean, you got to go get it. You got to stick your nose in there and got to go get a yard, whatever it takes.
You guys have some time to rest before the next game.
Yes, sir.
After just staying home, how good does it be to stay home, get some rest, and fly out pretty far?
Oh, I mean, it feels awesome. We were all talking. I don't think we're going to move all day tomorrow. I'm just going to sit back on the couch and just watch football all day. So it's going to be good.
Connor, you had to have some guys step up on the offensive line. Any, I guess, concern just in numbers right now? Maybe not so much in performance, but just not having some guys and how this week off will help you guys?
Oh, I mean, for sure. But, I mean, that's just what makes this game great, the game of football. I mean, you got to have 11 guys out there, and it's a physical, brutal sport, and people are going to go down, and you need guys to step up. And for us to be able to have those guys like that, I mean, it was huge. I mean, just for them to go in there and bust their tail, I mean, they gave it all they had, and it was an honor to go to battle with those guys.
Connor, do you feel a little rejuvenated, and how good has this place been to you?
I wouldn't say rejuvenated. Like I promise, I never flinched. Adversity, I mean, I stared it in his eyes, and I went to work every single day all summer. And I'm just happy to be here, man. Be home, be around my family, be around my friends, and just have these great group of guys in the locker room. I mean, it's been a blessing ever since I've gotten here.
Connor, in week 1, you told Stephon Johnson to stay the course, and 2 games later, 191 yards later, I believe, 8 targets. Like, what does it mean to have, or for how that plays out so far?
I mean, I tell them every day the ball's coming. I promise. I promise the ball's coming. I'm going to put it where it needs to be, and I just need them to go out there and make plays, and they've been doing that. And I love my receivers. They go to battle with me every day, and it's awesome to see for them to reap the rewards.
Connor, despite the injuries to the offensive line, the unit as a whole remained strong throughout the game, giving you time to make your plays. What does that say about their mentality?
Like I said, we don't flinch. I mean, whatever it takes, and we're going to go out there and do whatever it needs to get the job done. And they went to battle, and it was really cool to see them guys going and getting after it in the middle.
Connor, I saw after the game you went over to the student section. You went down the line. What's that moment like? And to do it here. Different school. What's that like to have that moment?
I mean, it's awesome just to be, like I said, being able to be back home. I grew up 30, 25 minutes down the road, so just being able to be back in the city of Houston and showing the support to the people who support us. I mean, they came and they were loud, and it was a good atmosphere, and just being able to give back to those guys who come and give us their all in the stands.
What's been the next man up mentality? You guys have been down some offensive linemen and down some running backs.
I mean, yeah, like you said, it's next man up mentality, and it takes what it takes. I mean, this game, it's not going to stop for anyone, so you got to go in and execute. That's why practice is so important. I mean, you got to get good mental reps if you're not taking that rep. So I mean, you never know what's going to happen at the end of the day. Like today, people stepped in and played their hearts out.
Connor, this is 3 games now, clean sheet, no turnovers. How much has that sort of played into what y'all are able to do? And then secondly, the big drive to begin the second half where you guys ate up a lot of the clock. How much did that help set the tone there?
I mean, yeah, if we don't turn the ball over, we're going to be in every game we play. And so win the turnover battle, we're going to win a lot of football games, and that's how you create success in the game of football. And yeah, that drive was huge. I mean, it was what, 16-14 at halftime. We had to go get it. The game wasn't over. And my guys up front, they went to work, and we chewed up that clock, and I feel like we took a lot of energy out that game on that drive.
Connor, can you tell us about the juke move on the touchdown run? Because I don't know that everybody knew that you had that in your game.
I know, that's what everyone's saying. I'm like, man, I've been doing that since high school, I promise. But, yeah, it was a cool moment. I kind of screwed it up. I told my running back to do something different. I wouldn't have had to do that. He was supposed to block that guy. But, yeah, that was fun.
Connor, going back to that play where Dean looked like he was ready to pass the ball, were you running a route expecting to be a receiver on that play, and how was watching all of that unfold?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was just a good play by Dean. I'm glad he didn't throw it.
Hey, Connor, I'm sorry. I know
No,
you
you're
talked about watching football yesterday. Is there a particular game in mind that you want to watch more than any other one?
No, not particularly. I mean, football's football. I love the game of football, and just being able to watch football games, that's my favorite thing to do.
Connor, being 3-0, you kind of had 2 games to knock off some rust. Just where's your confidence level going into the bye week and to Oregon State?
I mean, my confidence has always been high. Like I said, I promise I didn't flinch. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do, and just go out there and put that on display each and every week. And we're early in the season. I got to continue to keep doing that.
Last 2. The goal is obviously to, when you get in the red zone, to score touchdowns.
Yeah.
But to have Ethan come in and hit 5,
that was huge.
What does that do to know that you got a reliable kicker?
Oh, that was huge. And I mean, we see him every day in practice. I mean, he goes to work, and we watch the field goals in practice, and he booms those things. So we have complete trust in Ethan.
Last one.
Connor, you mentioned it got tighter right before halftime. Did you or anyone else say anything in the break? Is that where you feel like you have to, say something as one of the leaders offensively?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we just got to keep going out there and executing. That's what I told him. I mean, it's nothing to it. Just go out there and whatever play coach calls, to go out there and run it to the best of our abilities, and I feel like we did that.
Awesome. Thanks, Connor.
Thank y'all, and God bless.
Use that microphone. Start with Joseph Duarte right here.
Hey, Dean. Offensively, for you guys to, how'd you feel like you guys did, especially that third quarter when you were pretty much eating up the clock there for that 15 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, objective is to win the game, and we got that done, which was huge. And our defense helped us out big time, getting some stops on multiple drives and having, 2 turnovers. But, it was just superb clock management, and you got to shout out Coach Fritz and Coach Meyer for that, and Coach Nagel. And, it was never like the game was just over. That team played hard throughout the end, so we had to execute all the way throughout.
Dean, talk about the O-line play and the ability for them to open lanes for you.
Yeah, no, it was huge because we had some guys go down, and we had guys step up, and level of play didn't drop. We had Seth in there today, and he made some great blocks, and we were able to run the ball. And Connor, ripped that big long run off, and got to show how fast he is. And it was just awesome to see those young guys, and some guys who maybe didn't have a big role in week 1 and 2 step up big time for us.
Dean, what was it like to receive that level of run support from Connor tonight?
Yeah, it's huge, and when you have a quarterback that can run, playing 11-on-11 football is dangerous for a defense, and it's really cool to see him play. And he's tough as nails, and he can throw the ball best as anyone in the country, and run the ball just best as anyone in the country. And it's really awesome to have on our team.
Dean, how have you embodied that next man up philosophy in that running back room?
Yeah, I think we feed off each other. We motivate each other, and when one guy goes down, it's keep your head up, recover, get back, and we got you, and we're gonna help you get through anything you need. And I think that just makes us better as a room, keeps us motivated. And when you have those early mornings, or when you're late in the fourth quarter, you gotta get a first down. You think of those guys.
Dean, what was the play there? Where it looked like you were going to throw, and then you took it. What did you see there? And
it was all designed, fake throw, and then roll.
How was your?
Hopefully we run that again.
How was the shoulder?
That's good.
Connor owe you a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy we got it. That was, we teach not to reach the ball on third down, and I was rethinking that a little bit when he got the score.
Couple more. Chris, all the way down here.
Slade and the creativity. I mean, does that get you guys going a little when he calls plays like that?
Yeah, I mean, just throughout the whole week, we were so pumped about how good the game plan was, and he does a good job of explaining, why he's doing what he's doing to us, and I think that makes you play better when you understand your assignment. But when you understand why we're doing it and why we're attacking this sort of defense this way and with this personnel, it helps you do your job.
Dean, in all seriousness on Connor, does his ability to run sort of maybe get lost in things? And did you guys tell him anything about that juke that he had on that last touchdown?
Yeah, so the guy he juked out, I was supposed to be blocking. So he really bailed me out there because it could have been bad. But like I said, playing 11 on 11 is dangerous football. And when you put stuff like that on tape, you got to account for it. And that helps us out, helps the receivers out, helps the O-line out because you're bringing one hat out of the box that has to account for him, maybe more. So it's big time to have.
Hey, Dean, so this is back-to-back standout performances. How are you feeling a quarter into the season?
Yeah, being 3-0 it's we're right where we want to be. We wouldn't trade it for anything, and it's about getting dubs, and that's what we're doing. And Coach Fritz has done a great job, 1-0 mentality. So we're gonna watch this film, we're gonna flush this game, and we're gonna get ready for Oregon State.
Dean, how much more room does this offense have to grow? Because I know there's so many new faces on it. You guys are still probably getting gelling, but how much better can this offense get?
I think the sky's the limit. There's lots of plays that were out there today that were left out that we could have got. And then I think from game one, we started off a little slow and we kind of found some rhythm, but then kind of teetered off towards the fourth quarter. And then, playing Rice in week 2, we were slow first half, but finished in the second half. And then this game was, another step up from that. So I think we're just making progress, and all you can ask for your team to slowly do that.
Your team wasn't talked about much before the year. Can you sort of feel the confidence growing within this year?
Yeah, I was sitting with Zane Smith in the hotel today, and we were watching the Pat McAfee show, and our game came up, and we were both sitting there, and not a word was said about Houston, and I kind of looked at him and we were like, man, that's motivating. We're right where we want to be. We don't want to be the attention, and we want to just keep our heads down and grind, and just keep going 1-0.
Well, since you've gotten here, I'm curious what your impression is of Coach Fritz, the staff, and why this program is starting to have some success.
Yeah, I think it's what I was saying about Coach Nagel, and I'm sure that Coach Fritz has coached him up on it too, and it's understanding how we're going to win and why. We spend lots of time going over situational football, Rook Brown getting that pick at the end of the game. A lot of people might want to score that, put the ball at risk, but he's going down, and that's stuff we've studied. That's stuff that we've gone over, and we have a plan to win, and we all know what it is. And I think that kind of it feeds throughout the team, and when you understand the nuances of football and how we can win games, it helps us a lot.
All good. Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Questions for Carlos Allen? We'll use that microphone. Start over here with Kenneth, and we'll go over to
Carlos, I just wanted to ask you, what have you guys kind of learned from playing in Coach Armstrong's scheme?
You just got to give 60 minutes of dominance and physicality all game. Like, you do that, man, and just playing the scheme and do your job and do your 1 of 11, as we say, you're going to come out victorious every time. Like I was telling the guys on the sideline, man, we got to minimize the mistakes that we're making within ourselves, and we're going to come out victorious at the end of the game.
Carlos, after being with this team last year and going 4-8 overall, what's it feel like to, if really for the first time since Houston joined the Big 12, like definitively beat a conference opponent as you did tonight?
It feels good, especially starting the season off 3-0, and just being 3-0 going into the bye week, so we can get guys back and healthy and things like that. It's big for us. So we just gonna take advantage, but it's feel good being 3-0. Like I haven't been 3-0 in a long time, so man, it's just a great feeling right now.
Did you or anybody in the D-line room see anything like special in particular with the matchup with Jordan Seaton?
I was telling guys, I thought he was like one of the better guys on their own line. Like I was telling guys beforehand, I just been watching film on him, looking at his feet, hands, and things like that. And I thought just from the videos I watched that he was a good tackle who was going to play this game, probably one of the best in the conference. That's how I feel.
Carlos, how did y'all prepare in the week in terms of what they were going to do at quarterback? Did you guys focus on Staub?
Honestly, we really didn't know until I want to say our jersey only practice, helmets only practice on a Thursday or something like that, or I think it was the Wednesday practice that we figured out after practice that he was that 16 was going to be playing. So I mean, we just went into the game plan and just handled business at practice every week and just did what Coach told us to do, and he laid out the game plan for us, and we just attacked it today.
Carlos, got a little closer before half with a few breakdowns. Did you guys talk to each other, get on each other at all at halftime, and how'd you sort of handle it?
We just went into halftime, and we just kept calm. I told the guys, going up the hill into the locker room, I just told the guys, we just got to minimize our mistakes. We go out here and minimize our mistakes and play our 1 of 11. We're good. We don't have to get chaotic. We don't need to do no screaming and yelling. We just talk calm and get each other to know, hey, we're going to go out here and play another 30 minutes of physical and dominant, cool football.
Carlos, you said it's been a while since you're 3-0. You were part of this team last year. Why do you think, what are some of the main factors you think are leading to more success this year for you guys?
I think we just made the coaches established the standard in the spring, and guys just been trying to reach at the standard every single day, just trying to touch the standard. I told the guys on the sideline, once we got scored, I told the guys, hey, we got to get back to our standard. We wasn't at our standard that drive, so let's get back to our standard in the next drive and handle business. And that's the only thing we've been doing, just the standard. We got to play at our standard, nobody else. It don't matter who we playing against. We just got to play at our standard every time.
You guys had a moment where you had a chance to get off the field, but ultimately a penalty extended the drive and allowed Colorado to score. What was the talk in the huddle after that?
I just told the guys, just handle business. Don't try to, overdo your part. Just do your part. And, everything's going to be successful. We're going to come out, maybe get a 3-0 to the next drive. So, once we got to the sideline, we talking and seeing what happened, looking at the tablet and things like that, seeing what happened. I told the guys, don't try to overdo nothing. Just plan the scheme, handle your business, and we're gonna get a stop.
Carlos, that third quarter, what's it like as a defense when you're only on the field for 2 minutes?
Man, it's lovely. I was on the sideline, I was like, we might not touch the field about 7 minutes on the clock. I know, especially coming off the Rice game, Rice game, we didn't touch the field third quarter around the same time. So I was like, I know what the offense game plan is right now. They finna keep the ball for a while. So when we go out there, we need to go out there and handle business and get the ball back to the offense.
If I could follow up on you guys face Connor in practice, and obviously, he's got the visual, don't touch it, but does his ability to run maybe get underlooked or underappreciated?
I think it do. We be trying to get it out of him. He'll run on us at practice and things like that. I try to get to him, man. Connor is amazing though. Just with everything he can do, how he controls the game and things like that. It's just amazing to me.
Carlos, how important is that physicality and making sure that other teams are feeling you?
It's important. That's what Coach Giles preach every day. You got to be physical. You got to be physical every day, no matter how you feel. It don't matter if you hurt. If you hurt, everybody hurting in the country right now. Everybody hurting. So if you can play through that hurt and be physical and dominant for 60 minutes, you're gonna come out victorious at the end of the day. And just however things happen during the game, it happens. But just keep the dominance and physicality and do your job, and things gonna come out good.